Hey guys, and welcome back. Well, there is a rumor going around, which actually it started a couple of years ago, and it got more profound this year. But a lot of people are bringing it up now about Whitney Houston's real biological mother. Now, it's been said for years and years that Sissy Houston was not Whitney Houston's biological mother. Now, Sissy hadn't said this, and Sissy probably would have a fit knowing people are talking about it. But last heard on Sissy, she was going into dementia, so it probably ain't bothering her by now. But it was always said that Whitney's father, which was John Houston, was her biological father. Now, we first heard that Dionne Warwick had an affair with John Houston and gave the baby to Sissy and John Houston, and has never said that, Whitney was her daughter. Always said that she was, her cousin, which Sissy Houston is the auntie of Dionne Warwick. Okay, and people used to make comparisons. Well, the young Dionne Warwick did look like Whitney and da 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 da. Okay, well, now we have a new bombshell, which now people are saying that Teresa Graves, actress Teresa Graves, was a Whitney Houston biological mother. Yes. Now, if you don't know Teresa Graves was an actress in the 70s and 80s. She was actually the first black woman to lead a network drama, on TV. Now, she appeared in the original sitcom Get Christy Love. The rumor is that some say that Teresa was Houston's real mother. Now, they say that Teresa was allegedly a side chick of John Houston, which is Whitney Houston's father. Now, others say that Teresa and Whitney Houston have physical traits, mannerism, and voice resemblance. And this was about a couple of years ago. I was watching, I love old sitcoms, and me and my husband were sitting down watching Get Christy Love episode. I think it was on YouTube. You can look it up. And she was a good actress. And really, I had said, even before hearing this, I was like, my goodness, she looks like Whitney Houston. I mean, it's uncanny. They do look alike, have mannerisms alike, even sound alike, And I always said, I don't know about you, but I always said that none of Sissy's children looks like her. I mean, Whitney Houston brothers, they don't look like Whitney. They don't look like Sissy. But her brothers were not John Houston's biological kids. When John got with Sissy, he adopted them and legally changed their names. But a lot of people had different things to say. Now, one person wrote this. She said, well, I don't even know where to begin. Yes, some photos of Miss Graves do look like they could have been relatives. But other than that, who in their clear mind can believe she was Whitney's mother? If you look at Sissy Houston, you can clearly see how she and Whitney are alike. Listen to their voices, especially to the young Whitney's voice. She was undistinctly from her mother at times, especially on these freshly released tracks from the Go to the Rock album. If you look at photos of other members of the Drinkard family, where Sissy comes from, you can totally see where Whitney got her face features. So this rumor is just a sick fantasy of a madman. That's what I think. Now, this other person wrote, nah, Whitney and Sissy do not look alike. Most have always acknowledged this, but we just took it as a case of her looking like another relative. Now, some even thought she could have been Dionne's daughter that Sissy did at a backdoor adoption for. Now, on top of that, Whitney doesn't sound like Sissy, tone-wise, mannerism. She sings in the style and with the techniques of Sissy because Sissy taught her, but her inherited looks, mannerism, and tones are unbelievably similar to Teresa Graves. Looks alone is one thing, but those other similarities, plus Teresa leaving Hollywood show business in the exact year Whitney got signed, and Whitney having a breakdown the year Teresa passed, is very questionable. Now, things that make you go, Now, Teresa Graves passed on October 10th, 2002. Now, Graves' home caught fire due to a space heater. Graves was found unconscious in a bedroom before being rushed to the hospital, where she later died. Now, that was her death was, never, it was just classified as the house caught fire due to a space heater. Yeah, John Houston, he passed a year after Teresa Graves. Now, he died in February of 2003. And I'm not saying that he could have set the fire, but he was still living in 2002. But I said allegedly. But anyway, but do you remember Whitney did not go to her father's funeral? Now, we do know Whitney had a bad addiction at that time. And, but remember, John Houston sued Whitney Houston. And, yeah. It was a lengthy, it was a dispute about money owed to him. And yes, he did sue Whitney, which they said that Whitney didn't ever get over that. And, but, in the movie, it brought out that Whitney Houston's father was stealing from her when, he made her, and when he organized Nipsey Productions and everything, he was passing out credit cards to his mistresses and spending Whitney money like it was hers. But a year before his death, he sued Whitney, and his entertainment company sued her for $100 million. Yeah, but Whitney did not go to his funeral. She skipped that. And she said that she had a memorial the day before the funeral that was her own, and that's why she skipped it. I don't know, but this is something to say, and there have been stranger things with celebrities. Not only celebrities, this happens in everyday families, where just like in Fences, where Denzel Washington, he's married to, he was married and he had an affair outside the marriage, and the woman had his child and died at childbirth, and he brought the baby home to his wife and said, hey, I need you to help me raise this child. And she did. She stepped in, even though this was her husband's outside child, illegitimate child, whatever you want to say. She raised that child as her own, and Denzel ended up dying, and that child brought her so much joy because the son went off and left and didn't come back until the father died. You've seen the story, but yeah, this happens in true life. Believe me, I know. But anyway, what do y'all think? I asked this question. I asked it at the end of every video. I want to hear from y'all. What do y'all think? Alright guys, that's it for me. Thank you so very much for watching. And I hope you will like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always important, be blessed, y'all.